Hey everybody, Sean from Spoken Garden here. Wanted to talk to you today about crocuses. Probably seen some crocuses coming up in your yard last couple weeks maybe. We've got ours, you can see a couple behind me here in our yard. And wanted to talk to you about how to care for them while they're flowering and then after they're done flowering, to make sure that you're doing all the right things and you're not hurting them or anything else that might deter them from flowering next year. So while the crocus are flowering, you want to make sure they're getting regular water. They're living plants. Right now they're going through their biological processes. They need to photosynthesize. They need to process and take that light energy and make it into usable energy. And to do that, they need water so they can transport it through their roots and up into their leaves and go through their whole system, their whole photosynthetic system. And so make sure you're watering your crocuses on a regular basis. So everybody, here's our crocuses in our front yard. Aren't they beautiful? You can see right here we've got a purple one. We've got a couple whites up here with, you can see that variegation down below. Isn't that gorgeous? And then we've got a couple more over here. Now they're intermixed with some tulips and some daffodil bulbs, which you can see are coming up. Now you can see here's your crocus leaves. You can see this is a crocus because it's got that white midrib going all the way up it. And that indicates this is a crocus plant, a crocus bulb. So if you see that out in your yard, you got a crocus bulb coming up and it's growing. And so you can see some smaller ones here, maybe coming up here. We got some other things popping up over here. And now, so what you want to do is make sure to reiterate, you want to make sure while your crocuses are actually growing, actively growing, that they're getting enough water. Now here, we just got through a couple rainstorms. Of course, this is the Pacific Northwest. So we don't have to regularly water these right now. But if we weren't getting our rainstorms, then we would have to water these on a regular basis. And when the crocuses are done flowering, you want to make sure you don't cut the leaves and the spent flower stems all the way back to the ground. This is because the plants are still photosynthesizing and they need to store energy for the next season before they go dormant. And so what they're doing is they're still photosynthesizing, going through the reproductive cycle underneath the ground. And you don't want to interrupt that. So what I talked about before was, even after this bloom is done and it's withered, leave these leaves alone. Don't cut them off yet. Don't cut them to the ground or do anything to the plant yet. You want to leave these alone until these actually wither and die back down to the ground. Then you can remove this portion and all the portions above ground for the crocus. If you do cut this off before it withers to the ground, again, you're gonna basically starve the bulb underneath the ground and it won't be able to go through its reproductive cycle and then come back next year. If it does come back next year, it's not gonna be as healthy, that's for sure, because it won't have enough, it wouldn't have been able to produce enough carbohydrates and food stores to get through to the next year and be as healthy as it is now. And if they're still green, what you're doing is cutting off their food supply and their ability to reproduce underneath the ground and come back up next year. So don't do that. Wait till they wither to the ground and then remove the leaves and stems from the plant. If you found our video useful, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you liked the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, okay? Thanks guys, see you later.